There's Mr. Newman right there.
Don Newman. We want to interview you.
Look, you're all tan and handsome.
Come back. Too much information.
Yeah, we're going to edit this, right?
Take the video with him.
Scott Fresener here with the T-shirt report. Trying to get started here.
Doug
but
just left the room.
This is live with my good friend Richard Greaves and a very good friend Hawkeye Welch. Can you tell me your real name?
No.
Okay. All right. I think anybody would go around with the name Hawkeye. To me,
it's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Best part.
Probably before you ever met your wife, it probably got you, whatever.
Into the room, as it were.
Yeah. So we're at the beautiful SGIA show in Atlanta at the Georgia World Congress Center. And Hawkeye was just walking by, and I said, hey, we need to talk.
I got hooked. I got snagged. I got corralled.
Hawkeye worked for me for, I have to cover that up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch you there, by the way. I was sorry about that. Hawkeye worked for me for how many years? 3 or 4 years?
3 years.
3 years at U.S. Screen. He was one of our lead technicians for the T-Jet. You traveled a whole lot, though.
A lot.
Well, you lived out of Chicago, so you weren't even living here.
That was my pitch to you. I'm in Chicago. I can get anywhere.
And you told your wife, I can work for this guy in Arizona.
I don't have to leave home. Yeah, I don't have to leave home.
And I fly you guys out, both you and your wife, for the Christmas parties every year, and hugs and kisses. That was, we called that in the day.
In the day, yes.
Now, what's the line that you would hear from any of my former employees?
Those were the days.
Those are the days. Now, best job ever.
Oh, yes, best job ever. And the crazy thing is, half of us are still here at the show now, or will be.
I know. I walk around and
so we walk in and go, oh, can you remember when we did
we talk about what happened here, and let's see, Mike Fresener getting banned at this show so many years ago. And now you were working for Equipment Zone after U.S. Screen closed.
Correct.
And then I just bumped into you in the aisle yesterday, and you told me you went to work for Brother.
I'm working at Brother now. Yeah,
now you're in tech sales, which means you're
technical sales.
You're
so
kind of
70-25 split. I'm doing more sales than technical.
Right.
But I do still go out to the sales to the clients to help with any maintenance.
Right.
If need be in the area. Or
did they put you through? I mean, I don't know how well you knew Brother, but did they put you through a training thing?
Yeah, I spent about 2 weeks with them to start off with down in Memphis at the facility, and that place. Massive.
That must have been hard for them hiring a U.S. Screen guy because Brother and us kind of always.
It was
like
very
that,
very hard.
I'm sure
times.
they still give you grief over.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they've opened their arms and welcomed me in, and because I've been here in the industry for 10 years, they're like, we need you on our side now, and your knowledge is. Extensive beyond what they've had.
Yeah.
And so it's very very appreciative on both ends.
That's good.
So,
now we met on a fluke. I mean, a lot of my employees, you look back and go, it was just a fluke.
Well, I was a client essentially. I worked for one of your clients, and because we had so many good times with the machines, I learned how to call.
And so I said, hey, you know the machine pretty well. You want a job.
Essentially, yes.
It worked out pretty well.
And I came down there for the 2-day class that you offered for the T-Jets at the beginning, and so I came down there and met everybody, and then.
Well, you're a funny guy. You're a likable guy. With the name of Hawkeye.
How could you not?
So I'm curious though, when you're in the field, because you used to go in the field. Now you're in tech sale, but when you're in the field and you're out there talking to the customer, what's the number one thing you go? Those idiots. I wish they would have done this.
Yeah, maintenance is always the big thing on these, and just today you get the same thing. I'd have bought one, but the inks, the white, I just we don't want to do anything.
Yeah, back in 10 minutes.
The nice thing about the Brother one is we have a better system of reclaiming the white. And then we can flush out any sediment because it still does separate a little bit. But we're not flushing. Some of the other ones flush all the way through. Mm-hmm. We reclaim it and then clean out whatever
That's
remnant.
Good because you always think, why would you piss away?
Absolutely.
Someone gave me the term, I think you've heard it years ago, it's called the digital lie, which is what they don't tell you about that waste tank.
Correct.
That fills up with unusable ink. When if they could just recycle it a little bit.
Correct. And some
I don't think I knew the Brother recycled it though.
Yeah, we pull it back and it's we do it. We recommend once a week if it's not a lot of printing, every other week if you are doing printing. Yeah. We still want to clean those lines out, and each head is its own independent head, a color, for each one, and so it flushes it all the way through an industrial head and gets all that sediment all the way from top to bottom out of it.
Right.
So yeah, again, room environment is important. It's still water based. We need the humidity.
Right.
You need to clean it. You need to run it. That when I was with you, my pitch was they like to run and they like to be clean.
They do, yeah.
So run it and then clean it. I mean, you do that with your car. You change the oil in your car. Just take the 10 minutes or whatever it is and clean it.
I have an Epson printer that Epson sent me.
Sure.
And it's in my garage in Bowling Green.
Oh, Mr. Fresener.
And really, I sit back and go, I get it a little bit more now. Because the machine will sit there for a week and don't print anything on it. And Michael will come in to visit me, and he'll go, have you done a head cleaning, Dad? You know, have you checked out the nozzle check on the machine? No, I haven't for a week, Mike.
Yeah.
And but it's interesting. Now I'm on that position where I realize that the average, like a small printer who maybe isn't printing full time, he got his day job, that machine's going to sit. Those were our nightmare customers that we warned them. I think people have always said, "Oh yeah, I get that. I'll run a head cleaning every day."
Yeah, you get that. You still get that today. They're like, "Oh, now I have to pay for it to get fixed." I understand completely now.
Yeah.
That's usually when it kicks in. Well, like most humans, we learn the hard way.
Now, what happens when the ink freezes?
we don't leave it outside.
My machine's in my garage.
Yeah, we don't leave it outside.
My machine's in my garage.
You used to live in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So
You haven't adjusted yet,
it was never
have you?
a problem before.
So now, before Mike and I came here to the show, we're going, we got to move that inside. I'm going, it'll never happen. Mike will never see she being in the house. So we're talking heating pads, getting a thermal cover for it. We're not, but I'm curious.
And a humidifier. Get a humidifier.
Yes. But I'm curious what the average small guy who's working in his garage and maybe doesn't have heat, what he's doing. Probably going through the same thing I'm going through now, thinking, what am I going to do with this machine?
What are you going to do? Yeah, they get those T-years. Same difference, but it's just pumping out dry heat. So yeah, the room's now heated.
Yeah.
But now there's no
But it's
humidity.
so dry.
And it's also winter outside. There's no heat to start with anyway. So
people don't quite remember that when you have the heater on, it's going to be real dry.
Correct.
So if your advice would be at least run the machine every day or do a head cleaning every day.
Every day. Yeah, at least move ink. I mean, the worst case scenario is moving ink. That's what you want. So
you're traveling more or less now?
Just as much.
Are you really?
Yeah, since I'm doing sales also, I'm on the road knocking on doors and getting in front of people. And Brothers' attitude is they want you in front of people. They want this. Which is great, as long as you're used to that.
Yeah.
And at the shows, I'm used to that, but not just going up to the doors and, hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm not sure.
So it's different. It's a different philosophy and outlook, but it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Well, tell your wife and son. Your son must be out of college by now.
Yeah, in fact... he's
got this little boy like my boy. That's
it's like 6'1". He's engaged. In October 1st, he's going to get married. My daughter is from Illinois in the spring. I'm not. I started really young because I was really good. So
that's good. You tell them all I said.
I will. Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks for watching our show, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.